guys, welcome to my channel. My name is KARON. In today's video, I'd like to review a few pieces, 5 pieces that I made in November. They were not necessarily quick pieces, but pieces that I thought that I would be able to wear a long time to come. And so the first one is McCall 6172. That's McCall 6172. I made this jacket using I did View B. View B because I had this berry fabric for a long time. I had it since last year when I was on this blazer binge. I had intended to wear it with this red and white cotton fabric, almost looking like pink. So this is my version of the blazer. I love it. I say I love it, I love it, and I love it. So this is the version of the blazer. I think it's a gorgeous make. I still have improvements that I need to do with these blazers. And I think the improvements lie in the shoulder. Because I don't want to use a shoulder pad, I've been using the sleeve head, using a piece of fleece or wool. I mainly have like wool from other garments that I made, like scraps, and you'd cut a 1.5 or 2 inches of fabric lengthwise going down. And because the fleece or wool is kind of a puffier, bulkier fabric, it acts as a buffer in the sleeve head, which I've gotten. But in terms of the shoulder pad, I don't know. Probably that's still something I need to work on, but I'll insert 2 pictures of what it looks like. I'm proud of this make because it's the herringbone fabric that I love. I got this from Mood. The next blazer I make, I need to start learning how to do the slits on the sleeve and adding the buttons, because this would have been a lovely one if I had added buttons also to the sleeve. But the perfect buttons, I wanted 1, and eventually I put 1 on, and then I tried 2, and then before you know it there were 3 buttons. But I absolutely love this make. And I think as a security, I have left an opening at the base of my blazers as a backup in case I need to make a change. I'm not sure I did this one. Probably I did and fixed it so well I can't remember. But this one looks like it's sealed shut. I always leave something at the end, like here or the end there, just in case I need to go in to fix something. But this is sealed shut, so there are no adjustments to this one. Again, it's a blazer I think it's going to be well worn during the season. I can wear it with something that's pink if I want a pop of color. The lining is also pink and it gives a nice contrasting look to it. I could do black, which is what I did in the picture. And I also did one of my shirts, like my cotton shirts, dress shirts that I just donned on with sneakers. It looks casual enough for me, and the other one looks office wear. The next one that I made was Vogue 1973, and I used this fabric. This was not the original intention of this fabric. I thought about making something else, and then I love the idea of the puff sleeves on this, bell sleeves on this one. I love the cuff and I love the shoulders. The bow, the tie at the neck is another gorgeous piece. I like these tops because depending on what you wear them with, they can be a dressier kind. So this one, I just did my normal French seam for the whole outfit, the whole top. The unique piece about this is my second time doing this. I did this once before. Yeah, Mimi G has a similar top, and this version is the 8889. This is my first experience of having the concealed placket, button placket. So I got some experience from doing it with this one. I thought it was impossible when I first tried it, but even after watching the video, it took me a while to get it, but I eventually got it with this one. So when I saw the same thing on this one. It wasn't a difficult one. It just takes a bit of concentration. And I like doing stuff my way because I know how to make shirts. I just ignore the instructions, but oftentimes I miss something that's unique to that specific pattern. This one I like. It's just really a neat pattern. Again, I like the bow here. I specifically like the closures. I've made a couple of these tops with the closures with this bow tie, and the neck area doesn't normally end in such a clean finish for me. So I like the way it was done. On this one, at least I did follow the instructions with this one. I did these vintage pearl buttons, which blended well with it. And again, I like the sleeves. I added the same ones to the sleeve. So yeah, I overall liked how this pattern worked out. That's a Vogue 1973. I think I'll wear it to work soon. But again, I thought about places and, you know, occasions and what I would blend it with. And again, I came up with this color and brown. I have nothing purple, nor do I wear purple, just not my color. So I don't know. I love it with jeans, but someone also mentioned this could be like an undershirt under a suit, like a beige or a white, you know, suit, which I don't have, but we'll see what happens. That's why we sew, so we can create or reinvent stuff that we see and we like. So that was my second one on, and since I'm on shirts, let's do the third one, which is gonna be a Nomi pattern, and that's gonna be a Nomi 2052. That's ME 2052 Nomi pattern. View A. I like View A because again, the back has a yoke. It has every element of a shirt. I wanted a big shirt, so I thought, why not? The linen I made it with, I had I still have, I think I have 4 yards of this. I have something back there that's left from it. Can get another shirt perhaps or something. I needed a big shirt, so this came in handy. I like the practice of getting the pockets done really neat, which is my first time I actually sat and tried to get as close to the edge as possible. The collar, as I described in my video when I did this, the sleeve went through with ease. I didn't have any problems put it in, and there was no puckering or anything on the sleeve because I followed the instructions. I've seen that method before where you just leave the sides open and just stitch the top of it and then make one straight seam from the end of from the sleeve all the way down to the hem of the shirt, and that worked out well for me. I absolutely love that, and we'll be doing that on most of my shirts now to avoid that puckering. The back has a yoke, and again with this one I said I was gonna do it the next way and make the inside the outside. This is the inside, and I'm gonna make it the outside because I like that little pleat right there on the outside. Front seams here. I'm trying not to go through the whole video again because most persons would have watched them in detail on my previous videos, and if this is the first time you're watching this video, forgive me. I'm just trying not to bore everyone with it, but again, I also need to try to explain as if it's the first time somebody else who's not watched my channel before or seen them. So again, the front seams all the way down, which gives my shirt a clean finish, except for the little here. When I get down to the front seam, it's difficult to close, so you have to do a maneuver and go through, get the finish that you're looking for, but I did try. The collar for me, it looks like it was too wide or too much. I needed to cut it off, a shorter neck or shoulders. This was not laying as flat as possible, so I did some adjustment on that and kind of pressed it down properly, left it overnight closed, and it worked out. I'm still to get the buttons on. I have the buttonholes made, and the difference with this one, I made 2 pockets. And again, I will make it again because it's a big shirt and I need one. Now that I have one, I might need 2. The next one for me is going to be this Mimi G pattern, Simplicity 8084. I've made this before, I think. Yes, this is my second one. I made another one before in a black and brown or beige or something like that. But it's a dress I will continue to make. I absolutely love the fabric. I love the way it turned out. And the improvement I see, or the opportunity here, is for the next one, because I'm not gonna redo this one or make any adjustments. The fabric, I didn't like the texture of the fabric. It looks like it frayed a lot and gave me some challenges, but in the end I stuck it through and I got it. But what I wanted to do was see the design, the pattern itself, the fabric, outside of the fabric, be on the outside here when I folded it up and created this button. But I didn't pre-plan. I just sewed based on instructions, and I should have added that unique element, which I didn't. So I could take a look at doing that the next time. The insides are finished as neatly as I can with the French seams all the way down. And then once I got to the inside where I need to make that little adjustment for the drawstring, I used a green linen that I had. It's not visible, so it's not a big deal. Nobody's gonna see it unless I'm opening my clothes or something like that. This area, excuse me, as I mentioned, I made this piece interfacing too wide. I just need a little bit, but again, it's on the inside. That interfacing was for the string coming through the end right there. Overall, I think it was a great make, a great pattern, and I'll make it several times like I do with my shirts. I'm looking for the pocket and I was lost for a minute. And of course it has pockets. What's more important than pockets? Yeah. So it's a really long dress and I'm making it. I thought, why not just go ahead and make it? I don't normally wear long dresses because I just don't think they're flattering on me. But after making this one and trying it on, I think it came out well, and I like it to the point that I'll make another. It's just a cute dress and I absolutely love it. It's like getting ready and putting yourself together without doing much. So it's kind of like that. The next one, excuse me, the next one I have is Nomi 2046. That's Nomi 2046. I like the way this looked, and I said, why not? I liked it for the slit on the hip, no, on the waist actually, because I saw it with jeans and probably heels or something like that. And I liked it with the slit on the sides and thought it might be something that I like. But once I began cutting it, I'm sorry, I just started rambling away without taking this down. So here is the dress. I used Ponte knit that I've had in my stash for a while. It worked out well. I loved it. I learned a few lessons. I absolutely love the fact that my sides lined up. I was kind of worried about that, but they all fit together. The sleeves lined up well with the bodice in terms of the lines going across. It didn't give me cross-eye. Everything worked well. So yeah, the neckline, I kind of used the cover stitch foot, or what I call the serger foot of my Juki machine, and got the finishes on the neckline. I think I need to stitch in the ditch on the neckline out here with black thread just to get it to lie flat. It's fine when you're wearing it, but for me, I just want it to lie flat, and probably flat stitching it will, stitching it in the ditch, I'm sorry, will help that. But yeah, shoulders came out fine, sleeves came out fine, no puckering. I enclosed by doing the French seam on the inside. When I got down on the inside here again, I used that foot on my machine and got the sides down as well. And it's all the way down to the end. This fabric does not fray or anything like that, and I don't normally sew these kind of fabric. I think this is gonna be my first one. I don't normally do that because my machine doesn't, I haven't used it. Let's just leave it at that. I just don't use it. But again, after making this first one, I like the way it fits. I like the way it looks. And again, I guess it depends on the dress I make. The lesson I learned from this, not necessarily a lesson, what I learned from this was that when you're making with this one, you go the ease, making it negative ease, because with your regular woven, I'm just used to making my size on the back of the envelope. The back of the envelope for this, I'm going with my size, but I ended up cutting something way so big that I looked at it as like turned off. I was like, I'm not wearing this. It looks horrible. But on going back, I'm like looking at the measurement, looking at the finished garment. I'm like, this is my size, so maybe I should cut down. And eventually, I think I cut down to a size 12 on this one, and it worked well. I just made a guess, and if it couldn't fit, I'd just give it to somebody else. But yeah, a size 12 is what I did. I adjusted the sleeves because at first I had the sleeves with someone laughed at me when I said scrunching on the sleeves. I think it was Maxine. Yeah, that thing on the sleeve, I cut it off because I didn't like it, so I just went with normal sleeves, and the sleeves were extremely long. The length of my sleeves are normally 21 inches, and so anything longer is gonna cover my fingers. So I cut that excess off, picked the elastic off, and I only did it for one. So this basically works out fine. I find that it's a 2-in-1 garment. I could put slacks under this and it still be a dress, a nice dress that I can wear anywhere. I could take the slacks off and it could be a nice summer dress, roll up the sleeve. If it's cold and nice fall, again, a jacket and the leggings, and I'm good to go. So I absolutely love this dress. Actually, I'm in love with all the things I made this month, and that's rare, with the exception of this shirt. Again, I like the big shirt, don't get me wrong, but the neckline and the collar, I guess with this collar, I'm gonna foresee problems in the way it sits. But not every garment I make is gonna be ideal. Not everything is gonna be perfect. We're all learning, and I'm still in the learning phase of sewing. I make mistakes every day and I learn from them every day. And sometimes you guys remind me that I'm too hard on myself because nothing is perfect. And we are all at different stages of the sewing game. I've only started sewing 5 or 6 years now. So again, I think I've accomplished a lot, and I've so much more to learn from so many persons that I've seen sewing. So I am appreciative of what I've learned so far, and I look forward to learning more and seeing how much I grow and what challenges exist. So again, thank you very much for staying with me along on this journey. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.